Hey, Crypto Growth fam, how's it going? This is your host Shazib signing in. We're back with another video, folks. Utility crypto in conflicts. It's going to be an interesting one, guys, so make sure to watch till the end. And folks, for those of you who are new to the channel, we primarily discuss utility coins and potential gems. If you're interested in any of that stuff, then subscribe to the channel and hit the notification icon for regular videos. Folks, first and foremost, let me show you the recent news. As you all know, conflict in the Middle East has escalated, and it has had its sheer impact on stock market as well as the world of crypto. US stocks fell sharply Friday as escalating military conflict between Israel and Iran sent oil prices soaring and investors retreating from risk assets. Pardon me. Okay, so as you all know what has happened, Iran-Israel conflict, what is happening, but what we're concerned is with the impact. It has had an impact on global markets. Look at this. European and Asian equities posted losses of more than 1%. US Treasury yields rose with the 10-year note climbing 7.9 basis. So different impacts, folks. It, as you all know, happens to the gold markets during the previous conflicts. Gold prices soared as well, so some markets fall, others rise, different stuff, folks. So President Trump has urged Iran to return to nuclear talks and warned of further consequences. So anyways, so what impact do utility projects have when it comes to conflicts and everything? First, we will check that out and how you can mitigate any further risks as well during this time where many third parties might benefit from it in good ways and malicious ways. So look at this. Utility crypto in wartime. Utility cryptocurrencies or utility tokens have a fascinating and often complex role in wartime scenarios, impacting everything from humanitarian aid to covert operations. Talking about humanitarian aid, folks, as you all know, that we've covered it time and again, that Stellar XLM, it is collaborating with the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, the UNHCR, UNICEF, and other bodies and agencies of the United Nations to provide humanitarian aid to those inflicted or gone through the war damages, conflict damages. So all of these projects, be it Qnt, be it Xrp, be it Xlm, Xpr, Xdc, folks, they are collaborating with they are collaborating with the giants in the world of finance, and they will have a role to play in conditions like these. Anyways, their core function is to provide access to a product or service within a blockchain ecosystem. So here's how utility crypto can be impacted, can have an impact during a conflict or wartime. We're talking about humanitarian aid and remittances. This is perhaps the most well-documented and promising application. In conflict zones, traditional banking systems can be disrupted, as you all know. It can be unreliable or even inaccessible. During these times, if someone wants to send money, payments, or anything, it becomes really difficult, even if for good purposes. Utility crypto, particularly stable coins, which are pegged to a stable asset like the US dollar to mitigate volatility offer several advantages. First, speed and efficiency. Transfers can be near instant and bypass slow bureaucratic intermediaries. And all of these projects, folks, that we covered, the ISO 20022 standard projects especially, they have they have that speed and efficiency, the networking, the collaborations, the partnerships to be global and be they are well founded to be there for mass adoption as well. Reduced costs, lower transaction fees compared to traditional remittances or aid distribution methods, accessibility for the unbanked, Individuals in war-torn areas often lack access to traditional bank accounts, so a lot of civilians suffer during various impacts. And for civilians, you to send the aid. If you remember Ukraine, there were different during the Russia-Ukraine war. Different mechanisms were used. Even crypto was used to provide the chain, the payments chain, the record mechanism to provide aid to Ukraine and the inflicted areas. Transparency and accountability. The immutable nature of blockchain records means that every transaction is publicly verifiable. Though often pseudonymous, this can help ensure that aid reaches its intended recipients and reduces the risk of fraud or diversion of funds. Awesome. Protection from inflation in economies suffering from hyperinflation due to conflict. This oftentimes happens, and it can be global as well, folks. It can have the hyperinflation and how the world is a global village at the time. Globalization is real. The hyperinflation can have an impact throughout the globe. If you remember the pandemic era, COVID era, Corona era, during those times, the entire globe was impacted, folks. This is a time when the entire globe suffers from a certain event happening in one part of the globe. So protection from inflation, stable coins can help preserve the value of funds, protecting people's savings and purchasing power of aid. So resilience and resistance. Decentralized networks are less susceptible to single points of failure. So yeah. But there are different challenges and risks, volatility, regulatory uncertainty. Now, this is an integral part where the utility projects, specifically the ones that we cover, be it Qnt, be it Xpr, be it Xrp, Xlm, you name it, Algo, they are there to provide that regulatory certainty. It is there to protect the investor funds, combating fraud or scams. The crypto space has historically been rife with scams, Ponzi schemes, and fraudulent projects. Example, rug pulls where developers abandon a project and disappear with investors' funds. Market manipulation. Regulations can help prevent market manipulation. Information asymmetry. Regulations can mandate that crypto projects and platforms provide accurate and complete information. Awesome. Consumer safeguards. That is great. Then we've got the financial stability, systematic risk. As the crypto market grows and becomes more interconnected with traditional finance, unregulated volatility can be mitigated by the use of the projects that have CBDCs or certain mechanisms in place for the regulations. Market integrity, prudential oversight, and one more thing, folks, during these conflict times, you want the funds to remain with clear-headed people, and you do not want money to be going to certain organizations that, as you all know, can be used for malicious means. This is where the utility projects come into play, because they provide with a level of certainty, a level of clarity, because the partnerships that these projects have, they all know that the funds should be going to a good like-minded individuals or organizations, folks. So this will foster innovation and mainstream adoption, legitimacy and trust. A well-regulated crypto market gains legitimacy and trust from both individual and institutional investors. I saw a report that BlackRock is getting more interested in crypto. Institutional participation. Banks, asset management firms, and pension funds are often hesitant to enter unregulated markets due to compliance and reputational risks. Obviously, regulatory uncertainty for crypto businesses. A clear regulatory framework is really, really important, and these projects provide that. And the most important point, interoperability, be it Qnt, be it other projects. They are helping regulations establish standards and framework to connect the traditional financial system with the blockchain networks, different blockchain networks, to forge a more connected and efficient digital economy. As well as DeFi, we want regulatory regulations to happen in the world of DeFi as well, folks. So This is where the ISO projects come into play, folks. This is a post in 2025, list of ISO 20022 compliant coins in 2025. There are certain projects that haven't been listed here. We covered those as well that have deep collaboration with the new standard. XRP is the native cryptocurrency of the Ripple network. We all have covered it all, folks. Fast transaction speeds, low fees, scalability. We've got Quant network. We cover it oftentimes. It is the interoperability king, helping in interoperability between different blockchain networks through the overledger technology. We've got Algo, a blockchain platform developed by Turing Award-winning cryptographer Silvio Micali. Stellar is an open source decentralized protocol that facilitates interregional transactions. Awesome, folks. hbar, IOTA, we've got XDC network, having a hybrid architecture allowing for both public and private transactions, catering to businesses requiring confidentiality and compliance. This is awesome, folks. So we've got different projects, and the utility projects will be there during the conflict hour and during the peace times as well. We have the expertise and experience to deliver a programmable payment use case as part of the ECB's wider vision for a digital euro. Different use cases coming up when it comes to utility projects. This is Gilbert Verdian. We're going to be checking this message out from Stronghold as well in a moment. Stellar XLM, look at this, massive 300,000 plus transaction surge. This is great, folks. Okay. Imagine a world where Nasdaq listed stocks are tokenized on chain, and suddenly a student in Lagos, a worker in Manila, or a farmer in Brazil can buy a fraction of Tesla or Apple with XLM. This isn't equity, it is economic invasion, a global wealth shift away from borders towards the chain. Nasdaq isn't testing Stellar for fun, they're unlocking the final phase of financial domination. XDC is still cheap AF. XRP settles payments. XDC settles invoices, bills of lading, and trade documents. If you hold XRP for banks, you hold XDC for the pipes of global trade. Talking about SHX as well, folks, the stronghold, look at this. XRP and XLM are set to gain from ISO 20022 integration. As global financial messaging upgrades, these assets are among the few positioned to align with the new standard. Listen closely, the infrastructure is shifting and XRP and XLM are in position, be it during wartime or during conflict or during the peace hour.
All SIPA payments to use 20022, while the Federal Reserve in the US is encouraging financial institutions to adopt it by 2023. So what does this mean for digital currencies? ISO 20022 has the potential to play a key role in the development and implementations of CBDCs, as it provides a flexible and standardized framework for financial messaging that ensures consistency and interoperability between systems. Adopting ISO 20022 could increase the use of cryptocurrencies that are compliant with it. Two cryptocurrencies that are members of the ISO 20022 standards body are Ripple's XRP and Stellar Lumens. Recognizing the value of ISO 20022 messaging and its potential to transform the financial industry, Stronghold has utilized this technology in conjunction with blockchain ledger payments in select projects. Messaging standards are crucial for enabling the efficient and secure exchange of financial information between different systems and technologies. They play a critical role in improving the overall performance and reliability of the financial services industry.
So folks, what do you guys think about the utility crypto projects? Do you think that they are relevant in times of conflicts and during times of peace, by using it for humanitarian aid, for transparency, for payment gateways, for CBDCs, for providing and forging a regulatory framework and an environment. I would really like your opinions. Do hit the comment box below and let the community know. Anyways, guys, this was it for the video. If you liked it, make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification icon if you're interested in utility coins and potential gems. And you can also support the channel by checking out Decent and its wallets, as well as Patreon, by following the links in the description box below. Until next time, stay blessed and stay tuned. Thank you very much, everyone.